It would be very helpful if you first try to solve the problem yourself before watching this video.
Question 340. At what time t does the particle have a minimum velocity in the interval from 0 to 4? Let's say we are trying to find the absolute minimum of f on the interval from a to b. Then what we have to do is we first have to find the critical point, right? So set f prime is equal to, and let's say we have a critical point x equals c. Then we're going to perform the first derivative test, right? So this is a x number line. Here's a c. Let's say here's a. Here is b, right? So first the derivative test. We have to know the sign of f prime, right? If the sign of f prime changes from negative to positive, then we know that f is decreasing on this interval and increasing on this interval, right? So this must be our absolute minimum. This is relative minimum. At the same time, it is also absolute minimum, right? But what if sign of f prime changes from positive to negative? Let's say from positive to negative, then f increases in this interval, decreases in this interval, right? Then our absolute minimum would be at the end point, either at x equal a or x equal b, right? Because we'll have, it increases, let's say from here to here, and it decreases all the way down to here. Then absolute minimum would be f over b, right? So we have to check end point in this case. Here, the question is asking us to find minimum velocity, right? Here, velocity is equal to, that's the derivative of the position, 12t squared minus 42 plus 18, right? So in order to find the minimum of this, right, we have to find the derivative of velocity and set that is equal to 0 and find time t where velocity is equal to 0, right? So derivative of this, which is equal to acceleration, right? That's a 24t minus 42. And set that is equal to 0, then we know that t is equal to 7 over 4, right? So let's test this. So here, this is now timeline. Starting from 0 here, let's say here's a 4. Here we have a 7 over 4, right? So derivative of velocity, v prime, or let's say this is equal to a, acceleration, that changes from negative to positive, right? Remember from the previous problem, question 339, we found that in this interval, acceleration was negative, right? In this interval, acceleration was positive. Remember that? This means our velocity decreases in this interval, then increases, right? So this is our relative minimum of velocity. At the same time, this is the lowest point in this interval, right? At the same time, this is absolute minimum velocity, right? So at what time t does the particle have a minimum velocity in this interval? We have minimum velocity when t is equal to 7 over 4, right?